Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Ken Post here on behalf of Hearing Remedy. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Nice to see you.
Yes.
It's been a little while, and I know you always bring some great little things. And so we were talking a little bit about, new hearing aids that have new technology, and I love the fact that you've brought some samples for us. So, but before we do that, tell me just a little bit about Hearing Remedy.
Well, we've been around for like 5.5 years now. And we're right behind Coco's on Lake Forest, and we're different. We don't have salespeople.
Okay.
I'm a retired engineer, and I'm the one who fits the hearing aids and does the adjustment. We're very good at getting them fine-tuned to people to their unique hearing loss, and that's really the secret sauce of getting good hearing aids that work well in noise.
Okay.
We test you with noise so that we know how they work before you walk out. We don't just do it in quiet where now you're in a whole new environment and they're not working good for you.
Right.
We can't obviously simulate everything, so when we have you come back after week to do fine tuning.
Right.
So we take the time to do this right.
You know, let's talk about your background. So you're a retired engineer. What kind of engineer were you?
I did some hardware design to begin with. I worked at Hughes Aircraft on communications and radar.
Okay.
And then I did mostly software engineering after that. I worked a lot in computer disks and tape. So a lot of fun things.
But what's nice to know is that because you worked in the field that you worked in, it's probably very helpful now because so much is software based.
These are digital hearing aids, and if you just took the hearing aid out of the box and put it in your ear, it's worthless. It's not adjusted to you at all.
Right.
I mean, it's set to do a little bit of amplification, but people they'll put it on there, and they go, I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Especially someone who's used to hearing aids, and I'll put them on right away, and they go, these aren't working. They haven't been adjusted to you.
Well,
Give me some
exactly.
time. Yeah.
And that's where I think, people do see commercials for over-the-counter hearing aids, but again, they need to be adjusted or they don't have the capability that some of these other ones do.
Yeah, I can't imagine if someone handed me a pair of those and I needed hearing aids, I can't imagine that they would ever work well.
Right.
And I'm technical. I mean, I could go through and figure out what I'm supposed to do with them, which isn't complicated enough.
Right.
But I just couldn't imagine someone very technical. You might get something kind of close, but these are very custom fit things.
Perfect. So let's talk a little about some of the things that you have in front of you.
Okay, I've got lots of new ones. Let's talk about the newest one, kind of the most interesting one.
Okay.
This is the Whisper hearing aid. It's a new company.
Does that mean you can hear people whispering? Right? When people are actually telling secrets, you can hear everything.
That's right. You can overhear everything. So what's different is that we've got hearing aids, and right now they're a bit on the large sides. This is the first version, but they use a pretty large battery.
Okay. Easy to handle.
They're easy to handle.
Okay.
Most of it's pretty much the same. There's a wire and a speaker, and there's microphones in the hearing aid, just like a normal hearing aid.
Okay.
The difference is, so when we talk about, one that's a similar kind of hearing aid, this is all inclusive. Everything's in here. There's a processor in here that does all the magic stuff.
Okay.
But it's got to run on a tiny battery.
Yes.
And it's pretty small, and it has to last all day. Okay. Well, there's a limit to how much you can do with that. It's amazing what they are doing with it, and every year they get better.
Right.
But if you had the thought in starting this company, if we could have something with a lot, like hundreds of times more power than what you could possibly fit in there, we could do some amazing stuff when it gets noisy.
Okay.
And that's the real struggle with hearing aids. It starts getting a little bit of noise and a lot of noise. Now I'm having problems following a conversation.
Right.
So they said, let's have a separate piece that's going to do that noise stuff.
Okay.
And this one's kind of big. The next one is going to be much, much smaller, easier to fit in the pocket. But
okay. So what does that do?
This has got a big battery and a big processor that can do all the noise processing for us.
I see. Okay.
So The hearing aids themselves, if you forget this, they'll work,
Yeah.
but not real good in noise. They're going
Okay.
to work in a quiet, like here.
Okay.
But when you start getting in noise, you're going to struggle more than these hearing
Yeah.
aids are going to do.
Okay.
But when you have this on in your pocket, it's going to really let the voice come through.
So can you hold up the little ones again and then tell me, okay, so it has a bigger battery, and what is new about this particular one compared to the others? Is it the advanced little pocket thing?
This is the advanced pocket thing that's really the
Okay.
secret sauce that they can do so much processing. They've also taken a page from Tesla in that these can be, this is, because it's big, they can do more configurability with it.
Sure.
So they do updates about every 3 months.
Okay.
So this thing has been getting better for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I can tell you from people that have tried them that I'm getting people now that have the latest in the hearing aids, and they're saying this seems to work better in the noise.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that's
So
good to know. All right.
this is an interesting
Perfect.
thing. The other cool thing, they realize that this is a bit big and this is a bit big. So when you buy these now, the next version of this is coming out the beginning of next year, and you'll have a free upgrade to that.
Oh, that's good to know.
So that's all.
Okay.
You're going to have rechargeable. This is going to be much, much smaller.
Okay, but you can trade it in.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So.
All right. What else do you have?
Okay, we have the latest in the newest Signia hearing aid. This has got a charger, and this is the hearing aid.
Okay, and that was a smaller one.
Yeah, this is black, but it comes in lots of different colors.
Okay.
Typically, people get beige, but my demos are always colors that people don't want to take home with them and
Smart.
keep them at home. So this one is interesting because it's got 2 processors in it, and they split off the noise and the voice and go one processor processes noise, the other one processes the voice.
Okay.
And it's definitely improved what they're doing in noise. So this is a big improvement from the last one. That's what happens every year.
Okay.
They get better.
Okay.
The other thing is this is the same size as everybody else's rechargeable. This one lasts 39 hours on a charge.
That's great.
Typical is around 18 to 20,
18, yeah.
24
that's
sometimes.
nice.
So this is just amazing
That's
how
good.
they've gotten so much power out of these hearing aids.
Well, especially if you're going away and you forget the charger, then
Yeah.
you're still good to go.
Yeah,
All right,
you could
great.
do a couple days
What
with
about the
those.
ones that look like the earbuds in the front? Let's talk about
Okay,
those. I don't think we can get
these-
to everything today.
These are interesting that they just look like earbuds.
Yeah, they sure do.
So they're
okay.
they're
Here, just stay there for just a
okay.
second so we can get a close up
Right.
of that. Okay, we can kind of see that.
Yeah,
All right.
So what the surprising thing about these was that these you have to have some dexterity to get this little part in your ear.
Right.
I have people with dexterity issues, and these are very, very easy to get in.
Wonderful.
So
And they just, like you said, look just like earbuds.
they look like earbuds, which can be a minus for some people that don't want to look like they're wearing earbuds. But they're very comfortable. People say, are they going to come out? Actually, they fit down underneath his flap of skin here,
Okay.
so they're not going to come out. The rubber piece helps it stay in a bit, and then between that and fitting right in this part of the ear, you could do cartwheels. They're not coming out.
That's pretty good. I mean,
So-
all of the solutions that you have are really good and advanced. And of course, if they ever want any information, they can always go to your website. I'm assuming you have all the things you need there.
Yeah, we can. The manufacturers has information. We have information on the web,
Perfect.
and so
Well, good.
okay.
Well, thank you so much. We couldn't get to the other two today.
Okay.
But you know what? Bring those two back. We'll talk about those next
we'll
time.
do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken.
You're welcome.
And of course, if you have any questions about all these fantastic hearing aids, you can always go to hearingremedy.com or call the number on your screen. We'll be right back.